Okay, so the basic understanding of what an EMOS installation looks like is that we work in the beginning to come up with the actual design of what the EMOS is going to look like, and then after we have a FAA certified design, what we do is we go into the planning stages to develop the blocks, and then once those blocks are built, then we work with our MRO team as well as all the logistics folks to put together all the necessary pieces that's going to be required for us to actually install the bed. So once we get all that worked out, we work with the contractor or the airport to make sure that everybody understands what's going to be required to install it, and then we go about scheduling the business as far as actually installing it. When we get on site, there's a couple of things that we do. We send our MRO team, which is our installation, maintenance, and repair team, out, and they do a site assessment to work with the contractor to make sure that the substrate, which is what the EMOS is going to be sitting on, is prepared to accept the EMOS. Once they determine that the asphalt is or this concrete is suitable, then they go in and then they have to validate other points as far as the installation process is concerned. One of those is the grade beam, which is a monolithic pour, which is about 170 feet long. We have to make sure it is perpendicular to the runway, and we have to make sure it's a tolerance that is straight. And then once they validate that, then we lay out what's known as our grid. The grid is sort of looks like a checkerboard, and what that represents is that every 4x4 square place within that checkerboard is a home for a block. And then we start at the beginning of the bed, and we move our way back to the back side of the bed. And the blocks themselves are in a graduated height up to 6 inches, moving up to 20 inches, and then tapering off on the back. And then once we get the blocks installed, then we go about the sealing of the bed. That sealing process uses a self-leveling caulk, which we put into the joints, make sure that the bed is watertight. And, well, not watertight, and make sure we mitigate the amount of moisture that gets into the bed. And then we do other things as far as the perimeter of the bed. We put in what's known as vents, which allows the bed to breathe. Okay, and it allows moisture that may be inside of the bed to mitigate and move outside of the bed, and it keeps the bed itself internally as dry as possible. And then once those vents are in, then we go ahead and we put the side coating on it, which actually protects the exterior portion of the bed that's facing outside of the bed. Then when we're done with that, then we go ahead and we do what's known as a punch list. Make sure that if there's any small items that need to be tweaked or cleaned up, then we take care of that. And then once that's all done, we work with the airport to teach a class as far as how to maintain the bed. We provide what's known as the installation, maintenance, repair manual, sort of like the owner's manual of a car. They have this new thing that's in their life, and we want to make sure that they know how to maintain it. And then once we teach this class, we make sure that we're available for the customer to make sure that if there's any questions that they have moving forward, we're there to support them. If there's any type of repairs that have to be done, we're there to support them once again, to make sure that they have what's necessary to make sure that the bed is put back into functionality, and so it'll maintain its 20-year lifespan. It depends. Typically, an installation will last from beginning to the end between 2.5 to 3 weeks. And most of our installations are at night. So we make sure that we work with the customer to make sure that we don't impact their operations, and make sure that their customers who are relying on that particular airport aren't impacted. So we're very flexible when it comes to that. So most of the time, once again, our installations are at night, which is the minimum impact to their customers.